State media in Lebanon says an Israeli strike has hit central Beirut, killing at least 11 people and injuring 48. Well, we can bring you more on that throughout the course of the evening. We're going to focus on a separate piece of news. In the country's south, the UN's peacekeeping mission has accused Israeli forces of firing on its members. The mission, known as UNIFIL, says two United Nations peacekeepers were wounded on Thursday when an Israeli tank fired towards an observation tower at their headquarters in Nakora. It's the latest flashpoint in tensions between the two sides since UNIFIL said it rejected Israeli demands to relocate some of its positions. Well, let's get more from our correspondent in Beirut, Rawad Taha, who can report now on what I've just mentioned. It's good to have you on the program, Rawad. It's good to see that you are safe. First of all, give us the latest on this attack.
So the latest information, we just received an update from the Ministry of Health regarding the last round of airstrikes on central Beirut. We know for a fact that 11 were killed and 48 were injured. A lot of civilian casualties in this last airstrike. It's a very densely populated area. According to, there is still no confirmation from the Lebanese side on who the target of that airstrike was and whether it was an assassination. However, local sources have confirmed that at least one senior Hezbollah member has been killed in that airstrike. Israeli media is reporting that the person who was assassinated is Wafiq Safa. Just a background on who Wafiq Safa is. He is the head of Hezbollah's coordination unit, liaison and coordination unit. So he's mostly responsible for a lot of coordination with other parties in Lebanon, internal affairs, as well as a range of other tasks. So potentially he could be the target of that assassination. Still no confirmation on that fact from any security source here in Lebanon, but we know for a fact that at least one senior Hezbollah member has been killed, along with a number of civilians, and the casualties and the number of those injured and killed is still rising.
And tell us what you know about these accusations from the UN's peacekeeping mission in southern Lebanon that Israeli forces fired on its members.
So what we know for a fact is that Israel has requested the UNIFIL to evacuate a number of their observation points located along the border and to retreat at least 5 kilometers into southern Lebanon, away from the border. Now, this kind of warning was also received a number of days ago when the ground invasion or incursion plan started. The Lebanese army itself, the LAF, the Lebanese Armed Forces, has retreated away from its original positions at the border, but the UNIFIL has refused to retreat from its positions, maintaining that its presence in that position is part of its peacekeeping mission. We know for a fact as well that Israeli troops were stationed very close to a UNIFIL observation point in the southern eastern part of Lebanon a few days ago, near the Irish battalion, which is responsible for the observation in the southern eastern part of Lebanon. After that, UNIFIL issued a clear statement asking Israeli forces to retreat away from that battalion position for the Irish forces, as it would be endangering them. Now we're seeing also that there is clashes occurring on the western side of the border, close to the Mediterranean Sea, near the town of Nakora. That area is the responsibility of the Italian battalion within the United Nations peacekeeping force. So we've seen Israel calling for evacuation. The UNIFIL force is refusing, maintaining its positions as part of its mandate, and now shooting and very close to those UNIFIL bases.
Rawad Taha, our correspondent in Beirut, thanks so much for that update there. Let's move on. Let's go to central